Okay, now let's talk about some of the basic tools that you have available to use in Photoshop. And I've been using Photoshop for close to 20 years now, and I don't use every single tool every day, but there are some basic ones that you use. But I do just want to briefly cover some of these begin to become familiar with those. This, for example, is the marquee tool. And if you actually click on that little triangle in the lower right-hand corner of that, you're going to see the different marquee tools that you have available. And these are really for cropping an image or selecting an image, obviously in a square or an oval or even a single rule. You can do that. I also have this one right here, the lasso tool, which is kind of a freehand tool you can use to select something. They have a polyagonal lasso tool, a magnetic lasso tool. But the different tools here have obviously different uses. I don't use all of them, and there's some that I have never used. This one here, the quick selection tool right here. We'll go over these as we go through the class. But we have the healing tool here. They're called the spot healing brush tool, the healing brush tool, the patch tool, the red eye tool. This one I use a lot. This is called the clone tool. And when people talk about doing photoshopping, for example, and retouching, that is one that comes in very handy. I use that quite a bit. We have this one here is basically the eraser tool. If you want to erase something in an image, very easy to do with that tool. And so, Photoshop has a lot of tools available for you to use, and you're going to find, that you use some of the tools a lot more than others. You have the gradient tool here. The gradient tool, you can create, as you see up here, you can go from one color to another in a background if you need to. We have the right here the brush tool for painting. If you want to paint, you can actually paint with this program. You can paint with different patterns even. So to go on a little bit more, we have this one here. If you do photography, if you've already done any photography and you're used to the terms dodging and burning, you can actually use those type of effects in a photograph or an image. We also have the type tool. You can be using that quite a bit, setting type, creating type in Photoshop, and you can create it in a horizontal fashion or a vertical fashion. You also have the pen tool. You do different things, and again, we'll get to how that is used later in this course. If you want to create different shapes, flat color shapes, you can create a rectangle, a rounded rectangle, an ellipse, a polygon, a line, etc., and do custom shapes. This tool is it has different things underneath, as you can see available here. You have the eyedropper tool. You can sample colors if we need to. The ruler tool is one I use quite a bit, and we'll use that when we want to straighten an image. And let me get this back here. And we also have this hand where you can actually move around on an image, move it around without moving anything particular on a particular layer. And then you have the zoom tool. And then down here we also have what we call the foreground color and a background color. And so we have a lot of, just right here, we have a lot of tools, and obviously you're going to be learning to use not all these tools, but some of these tools as we go on in and learning Photoshop as we go further in this course.